Hey, I'm Papurr, and for the past 5 years, I've been mastering the art of credit and travel hacking. And in that time, I've helped over 4,400 people repair and rebuild their credit, as well as teach them how to maximize rewards to travel first class and stay in 5-star hotels for free. And in front of me, I've got Nathaniel, which has been with us since August last year. And with Nathaniel, we've been able to take a CCJ off his credit file. So he had absolutely bad credit because of that CCJ. We removed it and have just been able to open him an American Express with his credit being rebuilt. And now he has a £30,000 limit. So Nathaniel, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell the people a little bit about you and what you do. And we could just get straight into this case study and, you know, break down some of the things you learned in the program and how you found your time with us.
Yeah, sure thing, bro. Hi guys, I'm Nathaniel Kennedy. I'm 27. I run a fashion line called Alcream, ALQREAM. Find out on Instagram. And yeah, that's what I do.
Wicked, cool. And how old are you, bro?
I'm 27.
27, wicked. And how long have you been a part of Credit Club 2.0? I know I said August. It is August, right? And how have you found it so far being a part of the program?
Yeah, in total it's been 9 months. It started off pretty slow. I started in August, but I would say I picked it up around November. So I would say, given the fact I started a bit late, even though I joined earlier, there's been quite a lot of progress within like a short period of time. So I found it really helpful.
Yeah.
The pause team guided me every step of the way.
No, I appreciate that. And then you said you started slow. Was that because of our team not responding to you, or was it just that you weren't messaging us and you weren't like interacting as much as you wanted to?
Yeah, I wasn't interacting as much as I wanted to. So when I started, the CCJ held me back quite a lot. It instantly discouraged me. I won't lie. It's like, cool, I'm now getting into credit, 27 years old. Yeah. I kind of left it for a bit because of all the negative talk about it. Want to take this final step. I found out there's a CCJ. It kind of lowered my confidence until some months down the line.
Nah, but that's good because it just shows you should never give up. And that's why I always say to everyone, no matter where you are in life, not just credit, just anything in life or even your credit file, if you have negatives on your file, you can remove it. If you're in a bad place in your life, you can change it around and be put in a good place. So you were a great example. You had that CCJ on your file. Obviously, we kind of pushed you to try and get it removed and we showed you how to do it. You know, how was that process of getting it removed? And obviously, how useful was the team in that process for you?
The process was extremely easy. Given the significance of how it impacted my credit, it being on there for 6 years, Papurr's team was so helpful. They knew exactly what to do step by step. There's no hesitation, it's do this, do that. I did it. They cleared it off within 3 weeks of initially contacted them, and that's because they needed to go back and forth with some higher up people. But there was 2.5 years remaining on my CCJ, and they cleared it within 3 weeks. So
it just shows it's possible, and you already spent 4 years of your life that CCJ damaging your credit file, and then you joined us. We looked at it, we said you have the CCJ, we need to remove it, because you were confused why you wasn't getting applied for it. You weren't getting approved for any credit card, so that's what was holding you back. And then obviously, like you said, we removed the CCJ. And then how fast after we removed the CCJ did you get your American Express open? You know, obviously we had to rebuild your credit a little bit, but after, that whole process, how was it? And now you have an American Express. Do you want to tell the people what your limit is and how that whole process was?
Yeah, so it took some months between the time I opened my first credit card to getting an American Express, and that's because of my spending. So it was a bit slow on the increments, but still it happened quite quickly. I would say 4 months, and then I checked on, was it the credit checker?
Yeah.
Recently, and I was getting 9.5s. I applied, and then I got a 30,000K limit on my American Express.
Yeah. And when you say you applied, how was the applying process? Like, obviously our team jumps on a call, we set up stuff for you. How was that whole process? Did you have to do any work yourself, or, were we seamless with the process?
Very seamless. Again, your team knows exactly what they're doing. So it's always like an ABC, is quite systematic, and you do what they say, you get the results. Yeah. It was very easy.
And one thing I wanted to say is, you said it took a bit of time, but it's very funny, and I said this to someone yesterday. By the way, it's nothing against you or nothing against anyone watching this. We all expect such quick results over a fast period of time because we get all these dopamine hits on social media and all this stuff where you see people making money fast and people doing stuff fast. But things that work, things that really work, take time, is what I always say. And the fact that we were able to take you from really bad credit with a CCJ on your file to where you are now in what, 7-8 months was it? How long has it been?
I'll say it's less. I started in August, so it's 9 months, but November,
Yeah.
so what?
Yeah, let's just say 9 months. We were able to take you from damaged credit with a CCJ that won't come off your file for another 2.5 years, and in 9 months turn that around and get you an American Express Business Gold Card with a 30K limit, which now you're going to use your own business and you're going to, you know, develop yourself moving forward. So that's just amazing to hear, and that's why I like breaking these things down for people so they can understand how powerful, you know, it really is when you put your mind to something and you actually put the effort in, you listen to the people that know what they're doing and implement it, you'll get the results. So the other thing I was going to ask you is, how did you find the one-to-one group chat, and was it useful for you?
The one-to-one group chat is extremely useful. It's extremely useful considering how many people join and how big your community is so essential to have a small intimate group for each person, because it really shows them how, you know, how well they're taken care of. Like me personally, I thrive in an intimate learning circle, so this is extremely beneficial. You really get attended to.
No, I appreciate it, and that's kind of what we take pride in, you know, making sure we're always there for everyone, whether it's you, whether it's someone else in the community, we're always there for everyone. So the other thing I was going to ask you is more about the content and material, because we've not talked about that. How have you found, you know, the content, the videos, and the material in Credit Club 2.0? Was it easy to understand?
Yeah, it's extremely easy. I'm a big advocate for order and structure because I'm quite meticulous. So using the school platform, although they have like a generic layout, you can clearly see that you've taken the time to order everything chronologically. Everything is titled well, subtitles, each chapter, and it's not too overwhelming. Each section has a relatively good amount, and the video lengths, they range between 1 minute, 5 seconds to 20, your normal, you know, study video, but it's packed really well.
No, I appreciate that. And the other thing I was going to ask you, because recently I've been getting a lot of this question, you know, does it take a lot of time of your day out to go through the material? Did this consume a lot of your life?
No, not at all.
Perfect, cool. And then the final question I had for you, and it's kind of a question I like to ask everyone that we do a case study with, is, you know, would you recommend this to someone else that wants to join? And what would you say to someone that's in two minds of joining?
100% join. If you're really looking to improve your life, join Credit Club, because it gives you such a broader understanding in terms of the access you can have in this world, because money is one thing and then credit is just a whole nother league of its own, I believe anyway. So if you're skeptical, if you tried out all of these courses and nothing's pulled through, I guarantee this one.
No, I appreciate it. They think you work for us, but no, I appreciate it. I love getting stuff like this because it's just amazing. But, you know, off camera we spoke and you said you'd invested in other programs as well. And obviously you really enjoyed our one. What kind of stood out with us that the other programs didn't? And obviously you're a big advocate for our program, and we've obviously been able to help you get all these amazing results. You know, what would you say makes our program better than the other ones that you've been a part of?
Community. And I know that sounds a bit cliche, but you've taken it a step further by creating those pods of groups within such a big community. And I think that really gives a sense of, no, we're here, we care for you, we want to help you. Yeah. And there's 5 of us in a group chat, there's you, so that's already a big thing. You being in each of those group chats is a big thing. You have your credit specialists, you train them well, they all know what they're doing, so it's thorough.
No, I appreciate it. And one more thing actually before you go, I know you've got a screen thing in the background there with the waves and the trees, but you got to tell me where you're looking to go with your points, because we just got your American Express, so I know you're still building your points up, because we only got it like a few weeks ago, if I'm not wrong, like a week or two. But what is it, where's it you're trying to go with your points? Just tell the people. So hopefully if they check your Instagram, they see you're at that location, hopefully in a few months.
That'll be another great testimonial. I want to go to St. Lucia. There's a trip happening for St. Lucia in August, and I'll be honest, if Credit Club can't help me with this, then
yeah, let's get you the points then, because you just obviously approved and got your card a week ago. Let's get you doing some manufactured spending. Let's get you doing some of the point stuff to generate it so you can book your flight. But it's amazing. I mean, your credit is fixed, so now it's time to put it to action. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, those that listen. I like to do these as more of a conversation of me and Nathaniel talking, so I feel like we went off a little bit there, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You know, Nathaniel's kind of situation was amazing. That's why I wanted to do a video on it. But if you have any questions, drop it down at the bottom of this video. And if not, I'll see you in the next one.